Plaintiff Torrance Sanders says the defendant lives in his rental property, and chaos follows her wherever she goes. Torrance claims once, when he entered her unit for maintenance, she pulled a gun on him, and he's suing her for stolen property and damages. Defendant Sonia Smith says Torrance has tried to sleep with her ever since she moved into his rental property, and he's only suing because he's jealous of her younger boyfriend. Sonia is countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you. Your Honor, I met Sonia about 5 years ago when she was dating my cousin. And in that 5 years, I've seen nothing but ruckus in her life and just instability. She's currently dating a guy that has a whole family on the other side of town, and this woman that the guy is involved with, she's came and busted the windows out on my property, and I just don't want to have anything else to do with Sonia since she pulled a gun out on me for coming into my house trying to do maintenance work.
She can't come in there with a gun.
She can have a gun, but can she pull a gun out on me just for calling her out of her name?
Let me get at some thought while I If she's from Detroit, yes, go ahead.
Actually, Your Honor, I'm from New York,
I'm
so
just
that's
kidding.
the problem.
Sorry, she shouldn't do that at all. Let me hear from you, ma'am.
No, I'm not from Detroit. I'm from New York. And I met Torrance 5 years ago.
Harlem or Brooklyn?
No, Syracuse. Quiet little Syracuse.
Ah, you know, quiet.
So,
Go ahead.
So I met him 5 years ago. Like he said, I was dating his cousin. As far as he's saying I have ruckus in my life, it is what it is. I moved to Indiana after my children were grown, and basically to start off a new life. I am in school getting my high school diploma and my CCMA as well. I have worked for the same company in Indiana since I have been in Indiana, so very unstable I am not. He came to me and asked me to help him because he couldn't afford to pay his own rent. That's how I ended up in the house.
Okay, what about this gun?
No.
You pull on him.
No, I didn't pull a gun on him. I pulled a knife on him and told him to get out my house.
Told you she was from
because he was in my house calling me out my name.
She is lying, Your Honor. She pulled a whole big gun on me,
out of my
and I got the...
Hold on, how do you all come to that?
Because he comes in my house, he's disrespectful because of this young guy that he keeps...
How many times has he called you out of your name?
Every time we have a discussion that has anything to do with the youngster, the young guy, it's a problem.
What does the young guy do?
No, he comes to visit me, and he doesn't want him there.
Did he ever say why he doesn't want him there?
Because Torrance has been trying to sleep with me since I've been living in that house.
All right.
What?
You're missing a big factor.
Oh, my.
That's what this is
left
about.
out a big factor, man. All right, you should have started out with that, or at least put it in a little bit.
I got a whole beautiful
I was
wife.
about to skip your testimony. I thought you were finished. How many times has he harassed you about this guy?
It started probably like a month after I got there. At that time, when I moved into the room, because I was renting a room from him, at the time that I moved into the room, the young guy and I were on the outs. We weren't talking. So when I moved in by myself, without him, without us dating. After I moved back when I moved into the apartment, we reconciled and got back together. And so then after that, then it became a problem. So anytime that he would come around and leave, he would come, I want you to keep him off from over here. I don't want him over here on this property. And why? Because he's over here visiting me?
He said because his other woman came and damaged
no, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Your Honor, when she came...
What did she come for?
When she came...
Why did she come? Let's start there.
Okay, because he was at my house.
Go ahead.
And she broke out the window to my car. Did not touch his property.
Okay, ma'am. Go ahead. You got drama.
So this sugar
drama queens all around you.
Right here has broken every rule that we've agreed that she was going to abide by.
She admitted the woman came over there for a guest that she has, and the ultimate conclusion was violence. So yeah, you're right. I'm hearing drama. So, and she doesn't mind it. She said, "Oh yeah, I'm all of that." So, yeah. Now what? Next.
Thank you.
So, the wrong drama queens make life exciting. All right.
Yeah, but what
ahead.
she don't understand is I have a 2 and a 5-year-old that also stays in the same building, that I can't have this going on.
That's not true, Your Honor.
You know, so I formulated this list of rules that
That's
she
not
agreed
Let's see
to.
it, please.
And she has broken every last one of them rules a long time ago. You know, I've been wanting her out of my place.
It's a lie.
She does not follow rules. She's not a good rule follower. Period.
Be a rule follower.
Hey, if you living in somebody's house, you gotta abide by their rules,
No, I
or you
know.
can go and get on up out of here. I need my doors to stay locked, so every time I go in that back door and it's unlocked, I throw a fit. I throw a fit. I got so many valuables in my house, including this
Your Honor, he
$666
does not even
sword.
live there. It is not his
Whatever
house.
the case, yeah, these are his rules for his house, and they're very reasonable. Everything I've read is not unreasonable for you to adhere to, or for any tenant to adhere to. So, what about the stolen property and damages? Tell me about that. That's what you're suing for today.
Your Honor, she moved out of one room in my house into another room in my house. On that day, I noticed that my floor was messed up in this room. I said, what happened to my floor? She said, I don't know, I didn't do that. I said, who did it then? Because ain't no, Casper don't live in here with you. Who did this to my floor? Because this is
Let's
a
see it.
perfect floor before, and here's the afterward, the day that she moved in. Out of there, into another room.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Oh my goodness.
How's it not true? Who did it?
There was
Who
water.
else was in the room?
There was water. It was raining one day.
So then
and
that means my ceiling. Wait, why would you live in a room with rain and water down it?
Can I finish talking?
Now let him finish first. Tell me the stolen property and the damages. So far, you're showing
why you didn't tell me
showing me the damages to the floor. That's
Stop
what you're
lying.
showing me here, sir?
Yes.
And I'll let you defend yourself against the damages shortly. What other damages? And then tell me about the stolen property.
So my sword came up missing that was on top of a curio. Your Honor, I have a 2- and a 5-year-old that once I was in there, I had to keep that sword completely away from that 2- and 5-year-old. Your Honor, that sword did not jump off that curio and walk out of there.
What else?
That's it, Your Honor.
That was it? All right. Let me see something perhaps on the repair of the floors, an estimate.
That's an estimate
Because if
for
it was
that,
something,
and
you
this is
wouldn't-
an estimate for my sword.
Let me hear from you, ma'am, first about the floors.
It had rained one day outside,
Mm-hmm.
and when it rained, it buckled the floor. When it buckled the floor, it made the tile come up, and I moved the futon to clean the room, and I let him know that the floor was buckled. There was also a broken door in that room as well. He made me pay for the door, and if I had ruined the floor, he would have made me pay for the floor as well. He extorts me out of money constantly because my friend broke the door, and he would not leave me alone until I paid for it. So there's no way he would have made me.
He broke the door?
My friend broke the door.
So who should pay for it?
No, I paid for it. I paid for the door.
You said he made me as if that was something he shouldn't have done.
I paid for the door.
Right, but ma'am, let me clarify because I hear your mindset now. Your friend damaged his property, and you referred to he made me as if he did something wrong by having you pay for property of his that your friend damaged. That's all I want to clarify.
I didn't mean to make it made me, but what I'm saying is if I damaged the floor at the same time, he would have made sure that I paid to have that floor replaced. Is all I'm saying.
Did you ask her to replace it?
No, he did not. That's
I
why
said,
he
what
moved
happened
to
to my
another
floor?
room without
Have
a
you
problem.
asked her to replace it at any point?
No.
Yes, I did.
What did she say when you asked her?
I did not do that to your floor.
That's the last time you all discussed it?
Yes.
All right. And ma'am, do you recall him asking for money or for you to repair the floor?
No, he did not ask me
lying.
because I had already. When I told him that the floor was buckling, I let him know that it was raining, and he said, "Well, I'll take care of it." It was only one piece of tile missing.
So you're saying he said he'd take care of
Yeah,
it? That's
he'll
your
take care of
defense
it.
to the
He
damages.
would fix the floor. It wasn't my fault.
You have nothing showing that you discussed the damage with her?
On the 18th, Your Honor, she moved out of the room. I had a man that's going to move directly into the room. I'm like, how can I sell this room with this floor like
Okay,
this?
I will read what you gave to me and how you talked to this woman. No wonder she pulled that gun, a knife, or everything else on you. Come over there if you want to, calling her another name or saying any of this. Just get out of my house. I'm changing the locks. I'm so not playing. If you think I'm lying, then just watch. Get your bum A out of my house. B. All right. Your counterclaim emotional distress is for how much? $1,000.
$1,000.
How so?
Because when I was in my room on October 23rd, I was in my bed. I woke up in the morning to a window being busted out. I don't know why the window was busted, but Torrance was the last
All right,
person.
now I've read enough of this to believe everything you're saying, that he calls you out of your name. You gave me your own evidence. You gave me this.
Your Honor, this was after...
I don't care when it was. I don't care when it was. You don't talk to a woman like this without having to pay for your sins. Anybody I ever talked to like this, they either sued me or threatened to go to the police.
Your Honor...
Or
He
to
has
my big
also-
brother, or to my big sister, or
He has
whoever.
also locked me out
Your
of the
Honor,
bed.
All right,
that she has
and
stressed me out during...
Show me evidence
having-
that she stole the sword. You have any evidence of that?
Well, if she's the only one that's
Okay, so
coming
you
in-
don't have evidence. All right.
How can
And
I prove
Never
that
in
she
the
stole
house.
it? I know that it was there.
You have to. You
I have
gotta
a-
prove
hey,
it.
Your Honor, I have a 2-
Just
and a
because
5-year-old.
it's there and it's gone does not mean she took it.
Thank
Could be one of those repair people that, but I'm sorry, you
Or it
never
could
sent
be a
repair people
boyfriend.
in.
No,
All right,
he doesn't
could
have
be, right. Could be.
But either way,
that
she's
means no
responsible.
proof. That means you haven't proven it. All you have proven is the evidence that you gave me to back up how you have talked to this woman, called her all kind of B's, threatened to illegally evict her. Get your bum A out of my house.
Your Honor.
And you sitting there talking about the reason you did it? Let
Your
me tell
Honor,
you this.
she's been causing
Get
me
your
prob-
A out of my courtroom. You got it? Claim case dismissed. Yours is granted
Thank
for
you,
emotional
Judge
distress.
Mathis. Thank you.
You still a bum.
Thank you.
You still a bum.
Get off my back.
You
won't
still
get
a
me
bum.
clustered.
I think it's insane.
I'm gonna let y'all talk to these people. I got things to do. I need to go to work.
I wish you the best, Sonia.
Yeah, you too, boo.